Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Two of Arrows and Injustice. And a couple of things that I was thinking about with this card today. One, the first one that comes across my mind as I'm re-looking at this is her eyes are blindfolded. Okay, so not really seeing the truth of the matter. All right, or you don't want to see the truth of the matter. If I look back at the Nine of Vessels and generosity, his eyes are closed, okay, as well. So, there could be some inner turmoil going on within yourself. The other thing that comes across very clearly is the scales, right? That the gold weighs the same amount as the feathers. And, thinking about that, it's just, everything is not always fair. Everything's not always equal. Everything's not always, you're going to feel like you're being taken advantage, as well as maybe you're taking advantage of something else, right? And the third thing that really came across as I thought about this card is she's got her foot on that bow. Now, you need the bow to fling that arrow, okay? In an arcing shot. And, the bow is all about energy. The bow is all about, the creative fire, where arrows is all about intellectual energy. Okay. And, if you've got your foot on something, it normally means that, it's not going to go anywhere. Okay. And the foot on the bow is saying, you know what? I'm not going to put any energy into this. And I'm going to take those two arrows and I'm going to put them close to me. And it really shows that you're closing yourself off to, maybe a decision that's coming up. And maybe that has something to do with the Guardian card, facing that fear. All right. But I'm here to tell you that on your journey, okay, that any fear that's out there, any self-doubts you have, okay, are within. They're within your own intellect. Now, if there's a fear that you don't want people to know about so they don't take advantage of you, okay, so, they can't take that idea away from you, then it's okay to keep everything in, okay? But don't blind yourself to what's going on out there, all right? Don't close your eyes and say, you know what? I'm just going to ignore this, because ignoring it's not going to make it go away. And, if that is, still part of the fear from the Guardian card, again, false evidence appearing real. And those false judgments and ignorance and arrogance, that helps skew those scales of justice. All right? Twos are all about decisions. We had that Two of Stones challenge come up. That was a decision point, right? How are you going to face that challenge? Two of Cups is attraction, okay? How are you going to, attract more into, whatever it is you want? The Two of Wands is that decision point on the mountain. And this Two of Arrows is a decision point mentally, okay, on how you want to, take on this aspect of, whether it's generosity or endurance or abundance, during this transition that you've got going on as well, okay? That Six of Arrows. So how you disseminate that information, okay, is you got really two choices. You can listen to the gossip and the naysayers and the fear-based messages that are out there, or you can turn within and guide yourself to that decision-making aspect by listening to your intuition, okay? Get in your, going into your head on your spiritual journey and saying, you know what? I have a plan. This is where I want to go to. This is where I need to go to. Here's the goal, okay? And, that life lessons card of the Archer that was out there is saying stay focused on that goal, all right? Even though you've got your eyes closed and you're crossing yourself and you're closing yourself off, people are going to see that. It doesn't mean you have to take on that aspect, okay? You just may not be disseminating that information to them. And in all reality, they don't need to know what you're doing. Rule number one in Dee's book, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself first, because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of everybody else that's around you, whether it's a family, a spouse, co-workers, whatever. And by taking care of yourself, everything comes into play. Rule number 2 is you can't change, you can't change the past. Okay, no, rule number 2 is control what you can control. Don't let others put you into a box and tell you this is the way it's got to be, or this is the way it's got to happen. You have to stand up for sometimes on whatever those ideas are, whatever that emotion is, and just say, you know what? I am not going to let you cloud my thinking. I am not going to let you, get me off of my path. Because the universe is there to still guide you. Okay, there's still a lot of joy happening out there. And, when you can focus on the facts and the truth, and then discern what Spirit wants you to understand, that's the message that's for you. So maybe it's, it's time to take a step back, and just say, you know what, let me think about this for a little bit. Everything's been going good. We're going into April right now. How do I make this dream, or this, this move, whatever it is, this relationship, take on the next level? All right. And don't listen to the dating groups. Don't listen to, the advice from, friends that are going through, negative aspects. Listen to what the universe has to say to you. Listen to and understand the knowledge and the wisdom that they're giving you. Because once you start seeking out those questions, the wisdom comes through, right? And once you hear those answers to the questions, and you seek out the answers, then you start understanding really the truth that's in the false messages. And when you start understanding the truth by applying that wisdom and knowledge, okay, it helps with your spiritual path and your spiritual journey. It shows you who people are that you can trust, and who people are that just aren't out there to help you, okay? And the best defense against injustice is truth. When you seek the truth out, it'll set you free, okay? It'll show you who you can hang around with. It'll show you the path that you need to go on, all right? So seek out the truth, listen intuitively, okay? Because obviously you're blinded. You can't see, what's going on your journey, and you're closing yourself off. But listen to what's out there, and you decide how you want to move forward. So that's today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck, the 2 of Arrows and Injustice. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share it with others, and give me a thumbs up. And this is D for the Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, and stay safe, everybody.